We got a lot to get into. Welcome back to the In Lab Film Sessions. I got a new setup. I've been going for a while just to kind of make the streams a little bit better, and you guys are going to see what that looks like pretty much in about a week or so. We're going to really jump these off real nice. I got to build everything back up, but the channel was back going, and just welcome back to the sessions, man. I'm really excited to get this thing going, and yeah, we got a lot to go over. So something that's been going on in the NBA lately. Lakers look good. Nets do not. Utah looks really good. One Piece is really good, guys. I just got to throw it out there. One Piece it's really fun to watch. I just want to put that energy out there. I can't stop watching it. But anyways, Utah looks really good. Denver, Jokic is making his case for MVP. Number one, he might be number one on the list. But we got such a long season left that almost nothing really matters. Lazy, appreciate you sending the money through. So we're gonna build everything up with these streams again. I just want to thank everybody for being patient and just keeping up with everything that we've been doing lately. Our shorts are on the way. Our Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon shorts are on the way. And it's just a lot of stuff that we want to get into. And I'm just really excited to get back to this stuff with you guys. Now, I do need to change the stream latency. We're going to change it on the next stream so it could be almost instant. Oh, you know who also looks really good? Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown looks really good. There's so much going on in the NBA, and I feel like it's very competitive. The Clippers look good. It's a lot of good stuff happening in the league. Knicks are up and down, but I was just very, very excited to see one of the Academy members. For you guys who don't know about the Academy, it's my program, online program where I teach basketball. You can find it on season2.inthilab.tv. But one of the Academy members, Emmanuel Quickly, just had a really freaking good game, man. Like he looks good out there. And so I was really hyped to see, him killing out there. So anyways, let's actually get to the film and just everything that's been going on in the NBA. We gotta check out what's going on with Brooklyn, man. I don't like it. I don't like what I'm seeing per se, but I'm one that I don't just jump on the things. Like, I don't really just say, okay, they're done, right? I do think that there are some things that they need to fix, but one of the biggest problems with them is their defense, right? So what I'm going to do is, leading up all the way into the fourth, I'm going to watch all the points. We'll just break down. For those of you guys who don't know how this goes, we just kind of break down film and just watch it for what it is. Watch basketball instead of just having an opinion all willy-nilly. Let's actually just watch what's going on. So fourth quarter, I'll play the whole thing. But leading up into that point, we're just going to watch the made bucket. So I'll make the screen a little bit larger here. And there we go. What I do want to know is your top 5 for MVP. Go ahead and let me know in the comments your top 5 for MVP. Oh yeah, I got this new baby right here. The monster is really nasty, bro. Shout out to the guys who make it. I'll put that energy out on Twitter and Instagram, all their social media tags, so you guys can know where to find them at, just in case you want to get something like this done. Baloney milk. Do you think the Lakers are going to struggle when they play against the Nets? And by the way, keep up the good work. For whatever reason, I feel like they're going to have a matchup problem with the Nets, but I don't know why. But if you use common sense, Jared Allen was picking them apart for the Cavs, and they lost to the Cavs twice. And I'm just imagining AD instead of Jared Allen. That's what I'm imagining. They're pursuing JaVale McGee, which is something I said a long time ago on Twitter that they should do. So that'll be interesting to see, how they pick him up right there. But here's what we do know about the Nets. The three of them, Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and Harden have not figured it out chemistry wise, but they didn't play bad together in this game. If I say so myself, I don't think that they played bad together. I think that Harden is super like trying to be a point guard instead of just being who he is. And I'm seeing some of the things that I used to see from Harden when he was in OKC was sometimes he just would just play super hesitant. Interesting seeing them run that split action. Golden State has so much success with that, but they'll be able to run this with Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie. But you're seeing that split action mid-post. This guy never thinks about scoring mainly. He's normally Draymond, but, action made popular for me by Golden State. And it'll be cool seeing how they incorporate that, which I think that they'll do a lot of, being that Steve Nash was with the Warriors. Just got a bunch of smart guys on the coaching staff. Now, I have seen a lot of big coaching mistakes. From Steve Nash, especially early on. But the three have not figured it out. I will say that there's some games that Kyrie and Kevin Durant look very good. And then there's some two games we have direct proof of Kevin Durant and Harden looking really good. But Harden and Kyrie, in my opinion, have not looked that great together. But it takes time, though. It takes time. Now, obviously, we can't switch this. And their kings are just putting you in positions to where you have no help. So if he comes off of that and he steps up, it'll leave Bam Adebayo open for a wide open dunk. But there are different ways to play that, though. And we'll kind of go over that a little bit later. Knockdown three by Duncan Robinson. Joe Harris was making his MVP run today. He was killing in this game. They were finding him, though. They're going to have a lot of players where Joe Harris is going to be wide open. The thing about him is it's going to be so hard to help off of these guys, especially when Kevin Durant gets into the mid post. Let's see what happens here, though. Pick and roll. Oh, it was really nothing. It was just DeAndre Jordan diving to the basket. They didn't know how to guard it. They didn't recover well from that. If you're watching right now, do me a big favor. Like always, click the thumbs up button to like this video. That's all I really need. It's free. Everything is free in this, unless you guys decide to donate. That's on you. But this, I just need you guys to just give me a thumbs up. Got a new setup, and we're trying to grow. Definitely trying to grow. You're gonna see what this is capable of pretty soon here, in about a week or so, when I set everything up. This is on Harden. Actually, Harden has to step up. I say Kyrie should have went over here, but it's hard to leave off of this guy. But what are you supposed to do? You let everybody scramble, but you can't just give a wide open three. He never even saw him to now. But the thing is, though, he can make this pass. But I'd rather take away the first one and then let my teammates, catch up right there. A lot of good action from Miami. And it just sucked to see Dragic. It sucked for Dragic not to be able to play in the finals, man. I hated to see that. I really did. He tried to come back, though. Didn't work, though. If I'm Kyrie, he did a good job of cupping this off. Right, watch. Came up a little bit high. I would like to see him attack, though, off of that. He could still attack and then split. They're going to end up getting a bucket off of this just because, he went to the roll, man. Go to Joe Harris. Joe Harris is supposed to have a really good season this year. Yo, Dev, I'm 6'2", shooting guard from Australia. I want to play at the highest level possible. I could shoot lights out, but struggle with iso ball or breaking down the defender. Any advice? Been following since day one. First of all, I just want to thank you for following since day one. And then two, one of the best things I think you can do is get the academy, which I break down a lot of stuff. But if you can't, put yourself in situations where you have to work on your ball handling, when you're playing. Sometimes the best ways to work on your ball handling is while you're playing. And kind of force yourself to do certain things. And be uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? That's the whole idea of the video that I made a while back. But force yourself to like come off of pick and rolls. And it's not so much of just being a ball handler and being able to break people down offensively, because if you can shoot, you can hezzy. A lot of people just don't understand that. If you just bring your hand close to the ball, people are going to jump, right? So like that'll allow you to come up with certain moves that you didn't really have before. So just try to put yourself in those type of situations. Because if you watch this film and see how many times people are coming off of handoffs, how many times people coming off of pick and rolls, catch and shoot. Like this right here is just a catch and shoot. So a lot of it is just moving without the ball. You know what I'm saying? Just moving without the ball, getting open. And a lot of other things will start to open up for you. Catch and shoot. But just pay attention to how much it happens. Devin, thank you for your knowledge of the game. I am also an Academy member. Ball in the Stream has definitely boosted my game. Thank you for all you do. First of all, I want to thank both of you guys for the money that you sent. And thank you guys, everybody, for supporting every thing that we do, especially the Academy, which I'm back on it now. We do have a stream a Zoom session on Wednesday for everybody that's inside the Academy. So make sure to pull up to that. That'll be at 3:30. And what else? Yeah, just thank you, man. Appreciate you. We've been seeing James Harden. I think 100% James Harden is the point guard. Now, has it come with him being aggressive on offense still and being able to attack? So you see James Harden is trying to switch. He's trying to switch right here. He comes from Houston, who did an excellent job, I believe, at guarding. They just weren't tall enough to beat a team like the Lakers when they went ISO and Anthony Davis was down low in the post, killing those fools. He comes from a team of switching, so he's supposed to take the high man right here. I'm pointing at Harden. You guys probably can't even see my cursor right now, but I'm pointing at Harden right now. So Harden is supposed to take Duncan Robinson, but Kyrie stays attached. This is easily something that they could switch right here. Kyrie could stay here. Harden can go here. But they're going to come off a handoff at the same. Oh, okay. He was faking the handoff. So that was a good reaction. It was a really good closeout. But great ball movement. So their rotations aren't that bad. Look, Miami's rotations aren't that bad. But something like this, just simple as that, it wasn't even Harden that was trying to do. He was just trying to make everybody's job easier. Kyrie could have stayed in place. Not putting the blame on Kyrie. But something like that can make a huge difference in like work that you put in on defense, because now it turns into a scramble situation, mainly because he got hit on that pump fake. Shout out to Gabe Vincent, who I met a long time ago. I had no clue that he had actually made the NBA. But let's pay attention to this guy, because you have to help the helper, right? So Reggie Perry steps up. That's your man to step up. And then that's Uncle Jeff's time to step over for the knockdown three-point shooter over there. So he should have took that away. It ended up being a wide open dunk. Boom, there you go, just like that. So I'm not going to blame it on Kyrie, but like Harden was trying to make everybody's job easier, right? So like if he would have just switched right there and Kyrie would have stayed right there, everybody's job would have been easier. And it's less switching. And it's nothing saying Kyrie can't guard Kendrick. No, of course he can. Kyrie's actually pretty solid on defense, in my opinion, when he wants to be. He's just not as long and, as a guy like Westbrook or Wall or whoever, all these other, longer point guards. So they're going to need their other guys to step up big time. First off, big fan of your content, bro. I love these sessions. Questions. How do you feel about Shaq said about Donovan Mitchell? Secondly, what is your favorite anime of all time? Honestly, it's just so hard to pick your favorite anime. And, big shout out to Miles Evans. Thank you for the donations, man. Actually, you guys keep saying that wasn't Kyrie. I don't even know who that was then. My fault. So thank you guys for sending the donations through. My favorite anime of all time. It's so hard to pick. I'm like a third of the way through One Piece, and it's really freaking good. And I'm really excited to keep going through that. I just watched Luffy versus Lucci or whatever his name is, Rob Lucci, and that was like a crazy good fight. Vinland is up there. I really, really like Vinland. Demon Slayers. It's almost disrespectful to pick a favorite anime. Anyways, how do you feel about what Shaq said? I want to know how you guys feel about what Shaq said. Oh, Attack on Titan is crazy good right now. Last episode. If you don't even watch Attack on Titan, you gave up on episode 2 because the monsters look so weird, which I almost did. You need to get back on it. How do I feel about what Shaq said? Shaq, you know what's funny? He could talk because he won. So it's like, what is anybody else going to say? Oh, you has been, or you wasn't even that good, or you didn't even win. No, he got like 4 rings or whatever, 4 rings. It's like, what can you say? And then on top of that, he was hella good. Oh, you can't make free throws? Like, okay. I sort of agree with what Shaq said. Obviously, the timing of what he said when he said it was it sucked because Donovan Mitchell just came off a really, really good game. But you're talking to a guy that grew up around people who talk like this, like how Shaq does. Like, okay, you cool, but like you ain't got enough what it takes to win. Somebody actually told me something like that when I was like in 9th grade, 10th grade, or you play too selfishly. Me personally, I just took that as, oh, okay, so now I can get better. And I ended up winning the state ring in my 11th grade year. And I never forget when somebody came at me like that. But I would just take it for Donovan. I wish he would have just went back at him. I'm old school and I like talking trash, so I would have had something to say back to Shaq. And then I would have really tried to lock in and prove everything that he says wrong. Oh, you like my game, but I'm not going to win a championship. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, look, you've been watching us play. Me personally, I just watch Utah do this all the time. They're very good in the season. I have no faith against them against a team like the Lakers. No faith. I don't think that they can beat the Lakers. They don't have the star power. Rudy Gobert, as good as I think that he is in the post, or not in the post, blocking shots, and he's a crazy good lob threat. He can't post up. He's gonna make some free throws, but he can't shoot. Donovan Mitchell is special. They got guys to guard Ingles. Jordan Clarkson is very good, but they got guys that can match up with him. But Utah's good, man. Like, they're really, really, really good in their play calling and their execution. It's so good. If you watch them against the Warriors the other day, it was special, man. But I don't know. I don't mind what Shaq said. I don't mind it. We're kind of in a sensitive generation where everybody kind of takes offense to a lot of different things, and I don't mind it. It's just not how I came up, but I come from a generation where we just talk a lot. We talk a lot of trash. Thanks for the advice, bro. How long do you think it takes to develop a handle? My whole life I've just been a shooter, but now I need to develop a handle. It doesn't take that long. You just have to put yourself in those situations. Play a lot of one-on-one. You're going to get better at it fast. Play a lot of 5-on-5 when you're bringing the ball up. Don't defer. Go get the ball. And not just saying ISO and just do a bunch of dribbling. Try to make fast moves to the basket. Really fast moves to the basket. All right. I got to get back to the film. I've been talking about a little bit too much. I got caught in anime and all this other stuff. Utah, Shaq. This is the wrong team for them to play against, because Miami puts you in so many situations like this where you have to, are you going to stay home? Are you going to do it? So Harden, he needs to go up and bump this. And then because Gabe Vincent can shoot, but I'd rather still close out on him. Bump him and then close out at him, because now it's just like nothing, Kyrie's catching up. I can't talk, bro. Who is this? Who does this keep calling me? Who does this keep calling me? Okay, anyways. 64-50. Brooklyn came out playing solid, but the Stars weren't scoring as much as I thought they were going to be in this game. Kyrie ended up killing it towards the end, and that's just tough. There are a lot of possessions where it's only it's like no passes and then a bucket. And I don't like that when you're trying to get better offense, but they have the players to do it. Brooklyn really does. I just don't think that they're better than the Lakers. Good switch. Bam out of the bayou. I'm thinking of Kendrick Perkins now. Go help that. Bam has been really good this year. He's been an improving player. I don't know if you guys been watching him, but he's an improving player. I don't mind the effort. I don't mind the effort on defense. Closing out. That's just tough. They're hitting shots like that. 124 points to the Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler. By the way, does anybody know what's going on with Jimmy Butler and why he's not playing? But 124 points to them and then losing to the Cavs twice. I mean, it's just too much talent on this team, even without a rim protector. And he's got to do a better job of guarding that. You got to step up. This guy, this is a big man killer, but he's got to do a better job of guarding that. They got to do a better job of staying attached. Bam has been really good. I don't know if y'all saw that video of him playing one-on-one. Bro, what? I'm not going to block this dude. Oh, DHL. I got to take this call. Hold on, I got to take this call. All right, for sure. Thank you. All right, cool. All right, sick. So, sorry about that. Our shorts just came in. So if you guys are looking for the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon shorts, they're getting ready to come out. I think that they just delivered, so I'm pretty hyped about that. If you guys are just watching for the first time, we do this every day at noon. I kind of took a little break from it for a while because I need to get a new setup and whatnot. So we're back at it, learning basketball. Dang, pay attention to how many handoffs Miami Heat runs. That's what I was saying. Like, it's not so much just being crazy good at ISO. It's not everybody's calling. It really isn't. Sometimes you just have to make what you do already and get really, really good at it. Like, if you're really good at shooting, find other ways to make your weapons sharp and you stand more out as a shooter. And you can get good at your weaknesses and all that stuff, but sometimes it's more just about making your strengths better. If you're really good at defense on ball, get really good at help side. And then the next step after that is being the 3-and-D guy, because then you'll be really good on both ends. So if you're going to just stand there and look at it, just get a camera and take a picture of them. But, like, get a hand up. It matters. Everything matters. That's Harden. Get a hand up. Get a rotation, too. Get a hand up. What are we doing? I don't understand, like, why the ball is out of bounds. Okay, it was out of bounds. Let me see that again. Where we at? Okay, so better ball pressure, but this is a good, like, screen and slip, right? Good out of bounds play. So they set the screen on the inbounder too, like for the inbounder. That was nasty. So he has to switch. So that, all right. Well, actually no, because he set such a good screen on. That's tough. So we got to have better communication from Kevin Durant, because he has to immediately get under Kelly Olynyk. If he doesn't get under Kelly Olynyk and he sets a good screen and he gets topside, boom, that's a slip. Easy slip to the basket. Nasty layup. So okay. It's tough. Sometimes the ball moves really well for the Nets. I've seen it. And I think that they should do more of it. And it's tough because you have these crazy good ISO players. So obviously every time down isn't necessary, you know, but man, I can't wait for y'all to cop these shorts, man. Can I just show y'all let me show y'all the shorts. Let me show y'all the shorts real quick. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go over here. Just real quick. I want to show you guys the shorts that are getting ready to drop. They look good when you're wearing them, like for real, for real. Do we have them? All right, Crouching Tiger Hidden Dragon shorts. So these are the Hidden Dragon shorts. I got a couple different angles for them. That got the, the little beaker on the side. Not the beaker, but you know, I'm talking about Dragon Ball. Can't really say it though. Dragon right there. That's the back of them. The Hidden Dragon shorts are right here. Oh, I'm sorry, the Crouching Tiger. So I got the blue and the red. Got the size chart on there. So when you guys want to cop, they just came in. So just be ready because they're going to go fast. All right, here we go. Back to the whole thing we're doing. I'm excited to be back streaming. I actually missed it. But I have been watching basketball, just so you know. Good pass. Defense. Let's look at their defense. Is it the fourth quarter yet? Because I want to watch the whole fourth. I'm not mad at that. Just a tough shot. Love it. Fading behind the screener. What was Olynyk doing? What was he doing? He's a shooter. That's terrible. That's terrible defense on his behalf. By the way, if you guys have beats, I've been going through a bunch of them. I'm going to start using people's beats. So if you have like a Spotify playlist or something that I could use without getting a hit on YouTube, let me know. Send it to inthelabtraining@gmail.com. So Miami's in the zone. Jeff Green hasn't been playing bad at all. He's been shooting pretty good. So still in the zone. Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to flash middle. The balance of the court is way off. So normally when you run a 2-3 set, you do something to offset it, to put people in between it, right? So normally when a 2-3 set is being played, you run a 1-3-1 offensive set, which puts people in all of the gaps for the most part, mainly around the top and the wings, and then you have the baseline drifter. You can also do I'd stick with the 1-3-1 set, and there's a bunch of different actions that you can run out of it. But yeah. Don't really see that right now, but they ended up getting a bucket out of it. But they're in the gaps right now for the most part because we got that pick and roll up top, which threw everything off. And then he made his way to the wing, overloaded that side. Let's see. Bam he been getting right this year, right? If you really look at his like one-on-one footage, you can see it, bro. You can see it. Like he got some go to him. Might be something to look out for. Okay. I'm going to wait till we get about 6 minutes left, and then I want to watch all the clips from makes and missed. Actually, about 7. No, that's not what I want to see. Let's see what we're running here. So he's going to come off. Is he going to set it again? Yep, there it is. So let's look at this. Is that Iguodala? Pretty sure it's Iguodala. He's going to go, and then he's going to come around Duncan Robinson. He's going to pop out. Ended up coming for a handoff. Now it turns into a 2-on-1 where Iguodala clears out over there. Bam didn't roll in time, but he still got a 3 out of it because they're actually attacking Reggie Perry right now. Got to get a little bit higher out of that, Reg. And Reg is pretty mobile for the most part. I wouldn't put him as a big. LIB, appreciate the $4.99 sending it through, man. Much love. My bad if I didn't see anybody else's. You know, I'm looking at so many different things at one time. Like takeover. Reggie Perry isn't enough to stop Bam. I can tell you that much right now just from watching so much of Bam. Ryan, what's good? Ryan Rizuki in the house. Make sure you guys follow him on YouTube. He's doing a lot of good things. He's really, really growing out there in San Diego. We had a couple of, matching up a bunch of times and, training together. And it's just really, really good people. And I always support what he does. That's nasty. This is basically split action. Harden's got who is that? Yeah, that's Harden. And then Kyrie will take the first pass out. I got to get it to where you guys can see my mouse. BBZ or One Piece? I'm just going to take a wild guess and think you're saying DBZ. In terms of story, I'm going with One Piece. In terms of action, it's easily Dragon Ball. I'm an action guy. But I haven't finished watching One Piece, but I still don't think it's going to catch up to, I don't know. Damn. Bam was crazy, bro. I'm just going to say it. So I like the chemistry I like the chemistry a lot better with Harden and Durant. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have Kyrie. I'd have Durant and Harden, and I'd fill in the gap there. But that's not going to happen. Realistically, they're not separating, and it's going to be a lot of fun footage from these three. I can tell you that much right now. They're going to need some pieces to protect the rim. But at the same time, they're still going to lose out on defense, being that they got 3 guys on offense that can just score so well. If they save themselves on defense, it's not going to be a good look. But if they really commit to that defensive end, it's going to be hard to beat these fools, man. I'm saying that because perfect world, I know everybody, thinks I'm crazy for saying, the whole Kyrie thing or whatever. I don't really care. Just to let you know, I don't really care. However, I love Kyrie. I just don't love him with Durant and Harden. That's just my preference. But it is what it is. Deuce the Don. Appreciate the donations, man. I gotta scoot this over. You see them mixing up zone on defense? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do. They've been calling this travel a lot. Didn't call it there. Ball movement's not bad. They just missed it. All right, so now we're just going makes and misses. This is something that we need to just pay attention to, right? instead of just seeing like, all the buckets. Let's actually break down what's going on out here on offense. This is when Kyrie came out and killed. He started killing at the end of this game. Bad pass by Durant. And honestly, I just didn't see nothing from Harden and Kevin Durant late in the game especially not as much as I saw from Kyrie. Kyrie, he stepped up and iced the game for him. What I saw from Harden was just like a lot of just, are you here? You take it. I'm out the way. You'll see. Tough miss. That's lockup. Good defense. See, that's tough. When you go from that and you got to switch up high, Iguodala, I mean, you'll live with that, right? You'll live, but you got to switch high because he will shoot this thing. And we've seen in championships him hitting big shots when you need them too. And then you'll see it just in the third quarter where he can't buy a shot. Won't even think about shooting it. Tough. Feels hella good, bro. Like, Kyrie's just crazy skilled. And personally, I just think that he actually won the game. Thing about Kyrie, I don't think that he's ever going to be, in his head, a number 2 guy. Like, because he's so good at scoring. He's so good at scoring. Like, what's the point? And I see, like, I've seen Durant defer even at the Thunder and OKC. I've seen Harden on this squad. In OKC, I've seen him do the same thing. But Kyrie, like, when you give him the ball, he just goes to work. He just does what he does. So he's not really like a deferred type of guy. And if you're going to have him on the team, he's going to shoot the ball. He's going to be letting that thing go. And he does it at a high clip. Him and Durant, the thing I like about them is they both score at such a high clip. Sometimes the tough shots that Kyrie takes, I don't agree with. Make or miss, I don't agree with, but he's going to win some games for you. You got to think about it. A lot of people forget about this. He's also a champion, and he was a big reason why. So this is when Bam started killing these fools. So the little nudge right there. I know a lot of you guys like to complain about like push-offs and stuff, but you gotta know all this stuff. You see the little nudge right before the shot just to clear space, get off of me. If he doesn't do that, he possibly might get a shot blocked. I see you guys talking about getting McGee. He's a stopper. He's a rim protector. But are you going to be able to play him late in games when everybody goes small ball? I think against a lot of squads you will be able to. See, like this right here. See, like, Harden, you're not in Houston anymore. You can pull this up. You can pull up and make a play right here. Did he score this? I can't remember. But you can make a play right here. You don't have to do all that stuff. I mean, I get that you're trying to make good passes. Nice pull up right there that goes knocked down. Like, he's the point guard in my opinion, but he needs to be aggressive at the same time or else they're screwed. Like, they're not going to win a championship if he's kind of just, I'm not saying just ISO the heck out the ball every time, but just be aggressive. Look to score first and the pass opens up. Because that's how the pass opens up. Good defense with Jeff Green. If they get somebody that's going to rebound and block shots so that it's going to work, because they're going to need to get more possessions for like the type of offensive players like this. Give them more possessions. The more possessions you give them, they're just going to keep scoring. They're that good. Kyrie, Harden, and Durant are that good. Hey, Deb, big fan of your knowledge and content. What do you think about Paul George's game? And you think we could get a breakdown? I don't care what Paul George does, me personally, into the playoffs. I'm a Paul George guy, and I made this very clear. I want him to win in the playoffs. because it's really hard to. I want to put this out there too. Paul George was really good in the playoffs in Indiana. Let's not act like he didn't go to take LeBron in Game 7. Was it a few times? He was good. It was really good. So I don't want to put it out there that he's not like this guy that shows up. He does. He has games where he disappears, but he's good. But I don't care what he does in the season. The last few seasons was hard to watch in the playoffs, especially last year. I'm a Paul George guy. But I just want him to go off and do what he's doing in the season right now in the playoffs. Right now, a lot of people don't have him in the MVP conversation, but he's been playing super good, almost on the MVP level. And aren't they tied for number one in the West or in the NBA, period? So I don't know. Let's not act like the guy didn't break his leg off, too. He was a pirate for a while with a peg leg, and now he's back hooping and dunking on people and hitting shots. That's incredible on its own, but I just want to see him go crazy in the playoffs. He's capable of it. The leg is not excuse. I don't want him calling himself playoff. I'm out. You guys are. Anybody who was a part of Twitch knows I've exposed that whole Doc Rivers thing. That was like really frustrating for me. To see, because I'm a Paul George guy. Don't pass the blame on people. Don't pass the blame on people. The question still remains, when the game is on the line, who's going to shoot the ball? Who are we looking for in these situations? Are we looking for Kevin Durant? Are we looking for Harden? Are we looking for Kyrie? Are we just looking for the best shot, which is what I prefer? But I've seen Kyrie take the last shot. I've seen Durant take the last shot, and I've seen Harden take the last shot. I've seen Harden defer to Durant to take the last shot. I've also seen Kyrie and Durant both miss the last shot. Which is not saying that they haven't hit a bunch of clutch shots. Like, Kyrie has hit some clutch shots, and so has Durant. And Durant's low-key like an MVP candidate. And before Kyrie went out, he low-key was up there too. But me personally, I'm giving the ball right to Kevin Durant in the mid-post and telling him to go get a bucket every time. So this is nice to see. I like to see this. I like to see Kevin Durant take Bam. I want to see if Kevin Durant takes AD or whoever's cooking when they play when they play the Lakers. LeBron or AD, pick your poison. No reason to go over or under that. He was trying to go under that. And it's just stay attached to it. That was a big shot right there. I remember that. Kendrick Nunn is pretty good to me. Like, not even thinking about it, bro. Good pass, though. Like, not even thinking about it. If he was more of a threat, like thinking about shooting, he would have been even more open. But I'm talking about Joe Harris would have been even more. You guys can't see my mouse. I got to switch that. A lot of things changed. I changed the streaming platform that I'm working off of. So, pardon me if, I've been kind of confusing a little bit on this stream. Dev, what about Embiid as an MVP candidate? I think that he's one or two. Top three at least. Embiid has been excellent. Will the equalizers be back in stock for all sizes? Now, we're going to move on to the next shoe coming out this summer. We may do some extra shoe, but we're going to move on to the next shoe, which I'm excited for because I just got a chance to see what it looks like, so. That's good defense on Jeff Green, who is capable. So who takes LeBron and who takes AD? It's all we got to think about, bro. Also, I'm thinking about, all I care about is the Nets versus the Lakers. It's the only team. The Clippers are going to be up there, and they could be a lot of people's sleeper, which is funny that we're talking about this is garbage. That was garbage. What is that? But it kind of goes to show how much of a good rim protector that Bam is. Like, he just threw up some garbage and complained about a foul where it really wasn't a foul. He jumped into him. He could have called that a foul, but I wouldn't know. That was garbage. February 18th is when we're going to get a good look at what's going to happen with this squad. Tough bank shot. Good ball movement. Good. See, and this is why I hate it. This is why I keep talking about this. I want you guys to pay attention to how much this happens in basketball. I hate it. When you go to the basket and you fall, it's normally a bucket on the other end. He's complaining about a foul, James Harden. And meanwhile, the guy that was on the ground with him beats him down court and ends up getting the bucket. Watch how many times. Look at Harden. It's little things like that. Now, Harden, we've seen times where he plays really good defense. It's just that if you have times like this where he just completely falls asleep, he's jogging back, puts Jeff Green in a bad position. It's just like, what are we doing? That's why the game is so close, because little plays like that. Not switching early on screens, giving open layups, not be able to protect the rim and get extra possessions. Most teams don't box out in the NBA, because the game is so much up and down. You can't box out on the shooter, which the shooter shouldn't be getting. I hate to chase your own shot. Big shot right there. Kyrie hit the big buckets late in the game. He's who iced this game. And, the thing about when Kyrie wasn't playing, we saw a much more aggressive Harden and a much more aggressive Kevin Durant. And when Kyrie came back, he's been the leading scorer in both games. I'm wondering how that's going to turn out for them. I'm wondering how that's going to turn out. But what are you going to say for a guy that's scoring almost 40 every game? Big shot. Gave it up, though, right? Good pass. Good pull up. What are you going to say? You the GOAT. Much love from Toronto. Wolf did that. Appreciate that. Sent through some money. Appreciate that. Look at this, man. This is a really good play. Watch what Iguodala does. Just watch Iguodala this whole time. So he comes off of the Duncan Robinson screen to set a screen for him, so that Duncan. I've seen this for Steph a bunch of times too, and Clay. Because now we know that they're gonna switch. He has to start making his way over here, though, man. Like Harden, what is he doing? Oh, I know why. Because I know how Houston would have guarded that. They switched every position. So he's saying he would take him, even though he wasn't on that side of the ball. Jeff Green take Iguodala, and Joe Harris take this. But the problem with that is he's not topside. He's on the low part of that. And then, Iguodala setting the sumo wrestle screen, which they let slide a lot in the NBA. Didn't get that to go through, though. But it's little things like that, bro. It's little things like that that's going to get you beat. And by like Cleveland, did you guys see Colin Sexton close out the Nets in a double OT? Big shot. Let's see how this. Let's keep an eye on these two and see their pick and rolls. I think that these pick and rolls have more potential than a Harden. I don't know. I got to think about that. Evan Dunkley, appreciate the money. Appreciate the donations. If you guys are watching this video right now, do me a big favor. Click the thumbs up button. We got 2,000 people in here and 843 likes. And we need those to grow because we want this on a bigger platform. And everybody out there who hasn't been keeping up, every Thursday we're on the NBA Twitch, and we're only there because you guys have supported us so well throughout this whole process. But we're on the NBA Twitch watching the games. he has to step up. But he's so tight to this. He's so tight to the screen. And he never broke the center plane. He never broke the center plane of the court. So it makes it tough to help on that. But, like, let's look at the pick and roll, how it started off. Pick right here. Oh, he tried to flip it. And Iguodala anticipated the flip. And that was it. But you got to attach. See, like, all right, so here's something that you got to think about. Know your personnel. Kyrie is not Dame Steph from way out here. He normally doesn't take these long-range shots right here, right? Likes to get to his bank shot, finish at the basket. You can go under this pick. But the second one that you have to go over, so you have to attach a little tighter. But the thing about that, the closer that you get to the three-point line on these pick and rolls, the more you allow for help. This high is so hard to help, especially if he gets downhill like he is right now. It's tough. And so there goes the game right there. And then from that point on, it was just a wrap. It really was. You know who's been playing really good? New York. They're up and down. They're up and down right now. I don't think that they have a winning record. They lost to Portland, but like I said, I was just really hyped to see how Emmanuel quickly played. And I would tell all younger players to watch him. He's a really good point guard. Under control. Something cool about Emmanuel, he pulled up on me a while back and was just like, I never had a trainer, just asking for a little bit of help and advice here and there. And, just a really cool kid and just open and honest and got a lot of good energy. And it was cool, man. I kind of respected that about him. But I just want to show you a little bit, how he was scoring. Some of his offensive players were really good. Let's see. But he did a good job. And I was proud to see that from him, man. Like, really proud to see Emmanuel kind of going out there and killing. Here's a question. Does Portland make the playoffs now that Nurkic is out and now that CJ McCollum is out? I think CJ is out with a broke foot. I could be wrong. I think it's Nurkic's wrist. Maybe I got that in reverse order. I'm pretty sure I have that right, though. What do you guys think? Are they going to make the playoffs? Dev, peace and love from Dallas. Is it wrong that I think Kyrie is the number one point guard in the league? No, because what he does stands out so much. His skill, he's the most skilled point guard. He really is. He's clutch. He hits big shots. It's all up in the air, right? Who you think is the best point guard? Some people say Steph. Some people say Dame. Some people say this person and that person. Anybody from the academy, especially season 1, you know how much we focused on these floaters. And when I kind of contacted Emmanuel about this, the first thing he said back was, we were kind of laughing. He was, talking about, I know you see the float game out there. And I do. He's really good at these little floaters. But this play right here in particular, getting downhill, that little in and out, kind of put them on the heels, make it think like you're going to the basket and then rising up. It catches them off guard. And it's actually pretty tough to block these little floaters, man. It's tougher than people think. Hey, Devin, Coach O. Hey, Devin, been a fan since 10,000 hours. I met you over in Toronto during G League Showcase. It was dope. You been keeping up with Sharife Cooper? Then can we get a break? Think we can get a breakdown, or you just do NBA? So I'm racking up Sharife Cooper footage because I really like him. I think he's really good, and it's something, Coach O, nice to hear from you again, that I definitely want to go over is Sharife Cooper because he's a good player, man. He could be one of our future stars out here. So that's definitely 100% a part of the plan. And no, absolutely not do I just go over footage for NBA players. I'm gonna be going over high school guys that I see. I'm gonna be doing film sessions. Actually, I don't even want to spoil what I'm gonna be doing with you, here in the future. I don't even want to spoil it, but I'm hyped. That's the only reason why I got this new setup, just to be able to do some interesting things. Think about Emmanuel quickly. If I'm just breaking down one of the guys that I mess with, in the academy. Low release. Under the ball, though. Not bad arc at all. But that low release sometimes will provide for a lot harder shot on the rim. But you know what, man? If you watch this dude, if you watch Emmanuel quickly at Kentucky, player of the year, and I think in his conference or whatever, he was knocking down shots, and he was playing over there with what's the dude that plays for Philly? I just can't think of his name right now. Trey? No. I know somebody's gonna say it right off top. Played for Kentucky, dreads, and I just can't think it. Wait. Somebody help me out, please. I just can't think of this dude's name. Tyrese Maxey. I was about to say Ty something. Tyrese Maxey. Those two were really good, but it was Emmanuel quickly that was hitting a lot of big shots and, doing a lot of scoring for them. So that was pretty interesting. It's nice to see him, doing a lot of this stuff. Great touch, bro. Once you get into the body like this, you create a 2-on-1 or just a mismatch in general, or you're creating an open opportunity for somebody, and it forces the defense to have to make a decision. Who am I going to take? Who am I going to commit to? The roller, the popper, the whatever. Like, somebody just riding down the street on a go-kart. You don't see that every day around here. Tough shot. Nice left. I need you guys to watch Emmanuel. As he gets older, I think he's going to be a better basketball player in the NBA. To go for 30 in your freshman or your rookie year, I don't care who you are. That's something to be proud of. See, like his balance is still going forward. Slow. See how the ball goes in, but he knocked down the shot though. I ain't tripping. You can see the come here, Ant. You can see the confidence too. He's confident. He's moving out there. You don't want to get in trouble for stuff like that. And if you're gonna go and do these jump passes, make sure you have an option available. I know it sounds like something that people don't really think about, but you want to think about this stuff. You want to have people in position. Like, this wasn't a great pass, and if Harkins was really like aware, he probably could have got a hand on that. Or not. That's not Harkins. That's can't think of the dude. Covington. Oh my gosh. Get up, Simmons. That's my dude too. I like Ant Simmons. Big shot. You see how far forward he's going on the shot? Like, his shot is too far in front of him. And I think if it was more up and down, he'll be even that much more better of a shooter. Even that much better of a shooter. Confidence, though. Confidence is so big in basketball. When you're confident, I mean, it's almost nothing that you can't do on the court. Now, there's something lastly that I want to look at, because I've been out for so long, but I want to look at is Jaylen Brown. And there's a question that I want to ask you guys. You have two superstars in the making. I don't know if they're superstars yet. You can say they are. I don't really care. Two superstars in the making. And that's in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And then you have Kimball, who I really love too. But what do you do? What do you do? Because it's kind of similar to the situation that you have with the Nets. And let's not act like we didn't see what happened last year with Boston, right? And when Kyrie was there too. What do you do? I don't understand. Do you keep because these are three perimeter players. Do you keep them together? Is Kemba supposed to be the leading scorer of this team? Is Tatum? Is Brown? Brown is super, super accurate. Brown is very efficient, and he's getting better at basketball. And he's shifty. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to it, but he's kind of shifty. Last year in the playoffs, he was super efficient. When you gave it to him, those pull-ups was going in. Today, or in this game, he had 33 in 19 minutes, or 30 and 19, whatever it was. It was crazy. He had like 30 in 19 minutes. Now, 3 guards, right? Tatum, Brown, and Kemba. Now, you can ask if that whole formula could work. It can. We saw it in Golden State, right? Think about that. Now, the difference with that is Klay doesn't ISO like that. He will, but he doesn't like that. So he's a spot-up shooter. So really, you just had 2 guys who are more dominant with the ball. But even if you think about Steph, his usage isn't that high. He's not just dribbling the ball all over the court. Tatum does. Kemba does. Brown can. All of them can. Same thing with Harden. Harden, KD, Kyrie. This is a totally different dynamic where you have so much explosive firepower, but how do we make it all mesh together? Because it's easier when you just have Klay as a spot-up shooter, and then one of the most unselfish superstars that I've ever seen in Steph, who thrives from being more of a catch-and-shoot guy too. So how you make it work? Sup, Dev? I trade Kemba for a big like the one from the Magic. Man, that Vucevic or something, he's really good. Or grab one from the Magic. I'm sorry, hold on. Let me get back over here. Or grab Drummond or Love from the Cavs. Did you hear about Nets possibly trying to get Love? What do you think about that? Should the Nets go after somebody like Love? Would that make him even more defensive liability? I love that move on offense because Love would be willing to make those passes like Draymond out of those split actions and be more of a distributor, and he can hit open shots. I haven't seen Love in a while. I build off of the wings and Brown and Tatum. Me too. I go get a nice big, maybe somebody who can protect the rim or do both. I'm just trying to get as many possessions that I can for Tatum and Brown. But I would love somebody who could distribute the ball, maybe some defense, 3-and-D type of player. It's not saying that something bad against Kemba. Like, I like Kemba. It's just that for the way that I would set up a team, I wouldn't have 3 guys on the perimeter that are really good and, can do work with the. I wouldn't do that. I make a move. The same thing with the Nets. I just wouldn't do it. I love the fact that those guys are playing together on the Nets and Boston, but if I'm building a team, I wouldn't build it like that. There's nothing wrong with that. This fool is good, man. He makes you pay too. Colin Sexton can't hedge on them like that. It's Jaylen Brown on the perimeter. Stay with him. Switch that. Now, Smart. Got to slip. Oh, you got to make that pass too. Either way, bucket. And then on top of that, like, how could they get Kevin Love? That's what something I was thinking about too when I saw that report. Like, how are they gonna get Kevin Love? Like, would that work with money? I don't understand. Jared Allen has to go get that. I don't understand why he didn't go get that. Normally he jumps over the top to get that. Way to go into his body, right? Left hand, nice shot. They killed the Cavs. And it's funny seeing that just fresh off of the Nets losing to the Cavs. This is a great play. What did they do here? Ball to the opposite side. One more. Wait, was that the design? Oh, good back screen by Kemba. I see people talking about the trade for Kyrie, and they put that together with him. They didn't. That was all planned too. Like, they're not just about to just give away Kyrie. And that's why, like, if I'm as a Laker fan, me personally, I'm loving what's going on in the Nets. Like, I love it because I still don't think that they're going to beat the Lakers. I don't think that the Nets have what it takes to beat the Lakers in a 7-game series. I personally don't. They got the firepower to do it. That's 100%. And I think that when they play for the first time, it's going to be an explosive game by the Nets. I think the Nets are going to go crazy, just like we saw with Milwaukee. But that was just James Harden and Kevin Durant, which I love the dynamic that they had. Ooh, he was hitting Garland. And Garland's my guy. He was hitting him with some move. That tough in and out. In and outs are tough to guard when you're good at attacking basket downhill. Something that, we talked about in the past you got to have. Another one. He was going at him. Little bump. I told you, man, look. Y'all push off guys. This is what NBA players do. Like, it's funny that everybody's always talking, oh, you're carrying and doing all this stuff on, like, if you like that goody two-shoes basketball, that's fine. Like, you guys, but you'll never play at this level, ever. You never play at the college. Stuff like that happens. You got to be able to play through it. Like, you're actually a bad defender if you just constantly go for an up fake or somebody try to hezzy you because they carry. It means you're a bad defender. Like, I don't really go for hezzies too often. I stay on the ground. I'm not a shot blocker. I try to be smart and jump after. Just because you turn your hand over on the ball doesn't mean you're supposed to jump on defense. Just because, people are going to push off on you doesn't mean that you gotta be able to take that stuff, bro. Like, people do all kind of stuff in basketball, especially you go overseas. It gets crazy. Y'all just think it's goody two-shoes. No, it's not. It's not. Like, stuff happens. People get away with stuff. You got to play through it. You got to learn, and even on offense, when you're doing stuff like this, you got to learn how to get away with this. Little push-offs and stuff. Dang, what are we doing here on defense? So that's communication, because look, he's the guy in the headband is trying to tell him to switch. He's pointing over there. Get over there. Actually, no, he didn't. That's his arms flailing around. So he wasn't communicating nothing. On defense, I was taught, like, when you get a taller player, to hold them and grab them, like, do different things that you can get away with, so, like, you don't get scored on. And you're going to get called for a foul on this sometimes, but, like, you got to know how to survive on a basketball court. If you just try to play straight up and all this other stuff, like, bro, like, what are we talking about? You're going to be done. You don't have the advantage. And little guys get away with stuff on bigger players. Like, if they call the game fairly, absolutely fairly on, like, guys like Shaq or even like Julius Randle, they go for 50 every game. They average 50 because you wouldn't be able to hand check them. They go for 50 every game. There will be nothing you could do because they're just naturally bigger than you. And y'all just think that it's just a cute basketball. No, bro. Like, what you think NBA stand for? No babies allowed, no bums allowed, no B words allowed. Like, I don't want to say it, but you can figure out what it means. Yeah, I play tough out here. Anyways, I'm going to end this stream. Before you guys head out, I need you to do me a huge favor and click that thumbs up button and share all these videos, or share it with a friend. Let them know, pull up when they get an opportunity. I just want to thank you guys for, getting it in with me, watching some film. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this a lot more. We're going to do this every day. We'll be on this tomorrow. On Wednesday, I will not have a funeral to go to, so I won't be pulling up on the stream. So anyways, just want to thank you guys for all the support on Thursday. Make sure to pull up. We're doing it on the NBA Twitch, so make sure to subscribe or follow them, and we'll have a lot of fun keeping up with everything. So I'm back with this. We got a nice little setup here, and we'll be doing some new things. I'm doing a lot of collabs. You'll see. It'll be fun. Make sure to subscribe if you are not subscribed to the In the Lab YouTube page. Subscribe to us, and we'll see you on the next one.